What is good, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one, I'm going to be talking about the one and only NIO stock and do some in-depth technical analysis as I give you guys my price prediction for tomorrow. I'm also going to be breaking down why tomorrow is going to be a very important day for the markets, as we do have some major updates coming out from the Fed, as we have a speech from Brainerd that's coming out, and also the FOMC minutes being released. I'm also going to talk about why many analysts are still very bullish for NIO, giving it more than a $40 price target for the near term, and also what NIO put on their Twitter page that still makes me very bullish for the future despite the red we saw today and in the markets. Now, before I talk about why I'm still very bullish for NIO, before I talk about what's happening to the share price, why it's down today, I do have to mention a couple of things real quick. The first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please don't take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. Not only benefits me, but benefits the entire NIO community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link down below in the description. If you sign up for Webull, the link down below, and deposit any amount of money into the account, you are guaranteed 6 free stocks, each worth up to $2,000. And you could always sell these 6 free stocks for cash and use that cash to buy some NIO shares for free. And this limited time offer that ends in just 2 weeks. So please check it out before they run out. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at NIO, this thing is currently in the red, down over 8.56% for the day. Very, very oversold on the RSI. If you actually look at it from the 2-hour perspective, check this out right here. Just dropping right over here, getting close to that oversold range. So not necessarily in the best of states, but I do want to talk about where on earth this thing may end up going. So in my previous videos, okay, I mentioned, and I was wrong about where I predicted it that it would go. I thought it would actually hold up about above 15.5. We ended up dropping way below that. So that I didn't expect NIO to drop this hard this soon. But I also told, excuse me, I also told you guys, okay, that I was actually not necessarily bullish. I thought we'd have some sideways days for Monday, Tuesday, and I thought we would drop as low as that 14.4 range and get a bounce off that. We could see the key zone where NIO bounced off of and is holding is that 14.4, which is a pretty darn good sign. So we may be near the temporary bottom for NIO, and we might get a nice bounce tomorrow and maybe a little bit later. So I am kind of seeing that and anticipating that, but I do know it's going to be a little bit shaky. There is going to be some shaky moments tomorrow because of what on earth is going on. And I want to talk about tomorrow, okay? So remember, this is very important. 12:15 p.m. Eastern time. Remember that time because Governor Lael Brainerd from the Fed, the vice chair of the Fed, she's going to be giving an important speech. Now, this is important because her in the position she's in, she could announce what the Fed is going to do, what they're going to do about inflation, how bad is inflation, things like that, right? It's going to dictate their policies. What are they actually going to do? So the entire market can move based off what she says. If she announces something that's like the market doesn't like, such as the Fed becoming even more hawkish, the market could actually take a hit. If she announces things are not as bad as some people anticipate, and the Fed is ready to actually turn a little bit more on the dovish side, at least temporarily, the market could rally. Okay, so be on the lookout for what she says. As the speech starts, I do expect some downside in the markets and some very, very choppy price action. Then, when we get to 2 p.m. Eastern time, we have the FOMC minutes being released. Now, Jerome Powell, he speaks to us during these FOMC meetings. This time, it's not that. It's going to be the minutes. So that just means that uh, all the data on paper is going to be released. We're going to see the actual writing. We're going to confirm the numbers. Big things can come if there's a change in the policy. So be on the lookout for that at about 2 p.m. Eastern time. Maybe the market will push up, maybe not. I'm going to give you a prediction for fun, but I also want to talk about other big things. Now, looking at NIO, I want to talk about what's happening to the SPY first. So from the 2-hour perspective, the SPY has been on this downward trend. You could see this downward trend perpetuating. We dropped down, we're pushing up, and we should have, I would have thought we'd push up a little bit more before dropping, but we could see we're getting hit by harder resistance. So for what I anticipated, it is possible that the SPY pushes up a little bit, then starts to drop a little bit more. But if you look at the NASDAQ, let me see, where's the NASDAQ? It's a very similar story from the NASDAQ's end, okay? The NASDAQ also has a gap up here. It does look like it wants to fill it. We got like a big push down followed by a nice bounce. And if you look at this from a 1-day perspective, check this out right here. We can see we push down, starting to push up, pushing up, pushing up. It does kind of look like the Nasdaq wants to push up just a little bit. Is it going to fill the gap? I don't know, but we might push up just a little bit for maybe a day before seeing some downside. So my anticipation is we're going to see a slight green day for the market for tomorrow. And why do I think it's going to be green? It's possible it doesn't start off green, but maybe the Fed will announce something that's going to push us to the green. NIO's already green in the after hours, as you could see. So things are looking a little bit better. Hopefully we get a slight relief bounce for Wednesday. I do think that's going to come. I could be wrong though, right? I'm not always right, but it's a possibility. So here's the question. Is it the time to turn bullish on NIO stock? This five-star analyst thinks so. So a lot of analysts out there are saying that they're still very bullish for NIO. If you go to the very bottom, you could see right here, NIO has a price target of $40.61. Very strong buy, 15 ratings, looking very, very good right now. And that just goes to show that the current price is a steal, an absolute steal. And it makes me very, very excited for what the future holds. Now, for NIO, in particular, let's talk about what could happen for tomorrow because we got this nice balance right here. What I would anticipate is this for NIO. I think we're going to bounce off 14.4. I could be completely wrong. We might slowly start to push up going into the opening, right? NIO might go as high as that 15.2, maybe a little bit higher. Maybe it's going to push as high as 15.5. I mean, that would be a little surprising, but even if we push up that high, I wouldn't anticipate it to be that high. I would say 15.3, 15.2. What's probably going to happen is we're going to trade sideways. And as we approach 12 o'clock, NIO is going to drop the market. It's going to drop because Brainerd is about to start talking. And NIO may stay a little green, just slightly. It might actually turn red as a result of Brainerd talking. And depending on what she says, the market's going to respond. Maybe it pushes up. Then all of a sudden, the minutes are released by 2 p.m. Eastern time, and then the market starts to maybe push up a little bit. NIO might get rejected off that 15.5, maybe push a little above it, and we might trade a little bit like this and kind of close the day around that 15.5 range. So that's what I would be anticipating. I don't think we're going to just keep dropping down. I could be wrong, by the way, but it's just what I'm seeing from the Nasdaq and what I'm seeing from NIO. Look at this from a technical perspective. We can see that right now it's not looking too good. It looks kind of bearish from the RSI, from the MACD. On the 2-hour candles right here, bearish momentum is perpetuating. So it does look like NIO may end up dropping again. Are we going to fill this gap all the way down to 13? Maybe we will. I can't promise that, but it's a possibility. I don't know if it's going to happen that soon. But perhaps later during the week or by next week, we could end up filling that gap. We are seeing the MACD flipping at the 9-day moving average. RSI is dropping too, so just a possibility. But right now, I don't see that happening that soon. It depends on what the Fed announces. But my anticipation is still a little bit more on the bullish side because I do see this bigger gap up here, and I do think we're kind of oversold, and we could see a slight bounce for tomorrow. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about that's huge for the market is this right here. According to NIO Global, here's to NIO's continued growth. As of the 23rd of May 2022, we're at 933 power swap stations, including one in Norway, 808 supercharging stations, 702 destinations charging stations, and 47 NIO houses, including one in Norway, 358 NIO spaces, and over 8 million battery swaps have occurred. So they're getting bigger and better and better. So I'm very, very proud of them. It just goes to show that they're very, very, very amazing in my opinion. And I am still very, very bullish. Now, I want to talk about this right here. When it comes to NIO, maybe there's going to be more downside. Maybe this thing will go back to the $13 range. Maybe it keeps dropping. Okay, it's not the end of the world because this is a steal price in my opinion. NIO, obviously it's listed on the Singapore and Hong Kong exchanges, and for the long term I'm incredibly bullish still. I do see this thing heading the $30-$40 range within the next couple of months. I'm still very bullish. It's going to take a little bit of time, but we know this is one hell of a deal, and this is nothing more than an opportunity. So thank you for listening. Stay strong. The fundamentals are great for this company. I talk about it all the time, and you just gotta be patient. With that out of the way, thank you for listening. NIO to the moon, and peace out.